Hi, I'm Bree Turner. I play Rosalee on NBC's Grimm. Tune in to our show Tuesday nights at 10 p.m. Zombies are coming to Portland. I can say that for sure. Okay. And it's not, you know, I think you think of zombies, they're like, you know, kind of slovenly, sloth-like in movement. We have like the Jackie Joyner Kersey of, is that relevant anymore? I don't know. we have the Bolt, you know, the track star of zombies. They're like move at a very fast clip. It was actually when we were shooting a lot of these scenes, genuinely frightening as they're approaching you, because they're like, these stunt people we have are pretty speedy. No, there is a collective coming togetherness that's about to happen. A lot more people are being brought into the loop, and our Scooby Gang is stretching out, as the fans like to put it. And no, Nick is in grave danger for sure, relating to the zombies. And there's a very bad person that comes to Portland, who's the puppet master of sorts of these undead, and their basically target is Nick. So it's very bad to be Nick right now on the show. I don't know if they've thought about it or who's thought about it or what, but this cliffhanger that we shot, there is one person very important to the show that is technically dead. Like I said, this very bad, tall person comes to Portland and releases these undead folk upon the group, and what can I say? We all tried to kill them, they tried to kill us, and they are successful in the end. Yeah, I think the fans will finally be satisfied.
Okay. In what way?
With Monroe and Rosalee and their union. I'll just say that the finale's so fun because there's like huge storylines that come together, that get tied up, and for the Monroe Rosalee relationship, we've had a lot of roadblocks. And finally, we get to just have some alone time. But can't say what happens exactly. But I will say, when we got the script, Silas and I, we just like couldn't stop giggling.
Yeah, you're probably excited to shoot it.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's two things. One, we're now such good friends that it's now like funny, some of these scenes, but now, and then the other part was that we were so excited about the fans' reaction. I think they'll be very pleased, not just with what happens, but how it happens, actually. Well, I'd like to see Nick go rogue a little bit. I think what we've seen, season 1, it was Nick, coming to terms with his new gifts, coming from a long line of Grimm, sort of the confusion and awe that comes with that information that you're given. And then season 2 has kind of been, he's getting a little surlier about this, like, getting a little annoyed, right? Yeah. With these vests and getting a little bit more badass. And I think this coming up season, it'd be really fun that it's just, balls to the walls for him. I think they're exposing what I've liked. They've exposed, sort of him, like we had that Mr. Sandman episode where he sort of took on some of the powers that, when he was temporarily blinded, that he sort of, his senses were heightened at the end of the episode. I think that's a fun thing to explore, not to make him like a superhero, but just sort of like, what are some cool new unknown advantages about being a Grimm? So I think that would be really fun to explore. I'd also like to see, Monroe and Rosalee have had a very sweet romance this season, and it's Grimm. Nothing can stay happy for very long, so I think it'd be fun to maybe have, I don't know, my ex-boyfriend come back, or just have some more roadblocks that just aren't like of the magic, realm, exactly. More like real things that come up. And then lastly, I would like to sort of revisit Rosalee's dark side as well. It's sort of a dark theme of my 3 things I'm noticing. You know, I think, you know, I was introduced into the show a recovering addict. My brother's been murdered. I don't want to be here. You know, I had no intention of staying. You know, a lot of layers of you know, distance. I was putting myself up between me and the other players. So I think now that I think they needed to have this season for me really soften up and you know, become vulnerable again in my life and have the lightness come back. But I think it would be fun to sort of I mean, I do work in basically a spice shop. I'm an ex-drug addict that works in a drug shop.
Good.
That's
very
interesting.
normal.
You know, how is that? Where's that conflict come up? You know, does it? I think it should come up again.
Maybe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think that would be interesting. You know, the one that really resonated with me as a child, I mean, it's kind of a stock answer, but is Hansel and Gretel. I think, you know, you're told these stories growing up as children, your parents in bed, they tell you the story, Disney makes a cartoon about it, everyone's like, you know, happy and cherub-like, and then you really read the story, right? Which is when I got a little older, and my grandmother, it's so full circle that I'm on this show, my grandmother gave me her original Brothers Grimm edition, you know, from the 30s. And I remember when I, you know, got to be more like 10, 11, I just was so into these stories and the darkness, underbelly of them all. And then when you really read that story, it is horrible. I mean, there is cannibalism, there is like, you know, abduction, you know, she cooks you, she eats you later, there's a candy house. I mean, like, it's horrible. And so I think that's the, you know, this is why the show is so cool, because there's like a never-ending list of, I mean, we haven't even, there are 400 and some odd original fairy tales, and then like a couple hundred more of some of the offshoot ones. I mean, there are some seriously weird that the Brothers Grimm, you know, put in writing. So we're at no shortage of plot line, I think.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I would choose Brad Pitt.
Oh, aim high. Aim
Why
high.
not?
Yeah, I like that.
He'd look good in some, you know,
I think so.
wolf mask or something.
Yeah.